The foam itself and the fact that they provide these nice pre-cut designs for you is really where a Case Club shines. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the PilotPatriot channel. Today we're going to be talking about another awesome gun case from Case Club. The one we're going to be talking about today is a handgun case. This case here can hold up to 3 handguns and 23 magazines. Now I consider this one of the best pistol cases on the market right now, and we're going to talk about the specs and all the features it has in it. I have done a review on a long gun case from Case Club. I'll put a link to that right here at the top of the screen so you can check that out. The quality and the foam and everything on that long gun case is going to be the same as what you see here today. We're also going to be doing a comparison of this case to a less expensive Plano handgun case in a similar category. So if you like these kind of videos, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Also, don't forget, guys, we do have a big giveaway going on right now. I'll put a link to that in the description below. So make sure you enter to win that contest. Now we're going to talk about the outside of the case first. This case is made of a really nice heavy-duty plastic. All these ridges and stuff running across the body of the case add to the strength of the case itself. It has a really nice heavy-duty grab handle here, as well as some really beefy hinges on the back side, and you can see that those are reinforced with these thick plastic ridges that are just going to make that hinge even stronger. You'll see that it does have 2 locking points here that are reinforced by metal, so you can put a padlock on here to lock this case up. And this case is TSA approved, so you'll be able to use this case to travel with. Now along those lines, if you do any air travel, it does have a pressure valve here, so you can release the pressure inside the case. Now the latches here are a really nice heavy duty double latch, so you can hear that it really locks in place, and you can hear that same positive feedback when you open it. It locks down nice and tight. There is no wiggle room, no play in that case. You can see even when I press down my body weight on this case, it has very, very little flex. And we'll go ahead and open this bad boy up so you can see the inside. Now right off bat, you can see this case does come with a silica gel block that you can put in the case to help protect from rust and corrosion on your guns. You'll notice here that in the lid we have a soft egg crate style foam, and then in the bottom is where Case Club really shines, is that nice dense foam that they provide that does a really fantastic job of securing those guns, and we're going to talk more about that in just a minute. But first, let's take a look around the edge of the lid here. You can see that it does have a rubber seal that really locks down, so you are going to get a nice waterproof and dustproof seal on this case. Now this case is going to be somewhat customizable. You can see that it does have some pre-cut areas here for your magazines and handguns. Let's go ahead and pull some of this foam out so you can really see how Case Club has designed the interior of this case. Now those are our spots for our 3 handguns, and what you'll notice is that it's open down here at the bottom, so that once we put our guns in here into place, you can easily grab those grips without having to fish your hand down inside of a narrow gap. But what you'll notice is it's still going to lock those guns in nice and tight, and I'll show you how that works. Now what it has is these small pull-outs that are going to give you a spot for your grips to drop down into. Now you can see these customized little pull-outs here. That's going to do a couple things for you. These narrow slits here are going to allow for your trigger guard to sit down in there, and that's really going to lock it in place. And your barrel is going to go down here into this groove with your grip going down here in the back. Now this is going to work nice for full-size, compact, and subcompact guns. Because of that positive lockup around the trigger guard, it really holds these guns in very sturdy. Now another thing I'll show you, with your shorter guns, you can take this section here that you pulled out, and you can break off pieces of that to stick back into the case for your shorter guns. If you want a little bit more front to back support, you can add those back in there, and that's going to help keep them from moving around even more. In between each section, you'll see it does have notches here to drop your magazines down in, and that is going to be customizable for single stack or double stack mags. You can see I have a single stack here, and then if you pull out this extra piece, it's going to allow for a wider double stack magazine. So you do have a lot of customization along with this. It's going to have 3 magazine cutouts in between each handgun. and you just pull those out and expose those as needed. Now this entire section over here is going to be for additional magazines. You can see that does have all those same cutouts here. Like I said, this is going to accommodate up to 23 magazines if you want it to. Now you have your 9 magazines here alongside of your handgun, and then the rest over here. The other option you have is that these magazine holder sections can come out to allow you to have a spot for other accessories. So if I pull some of those sections out, you'll notice I have a great spot there for some hearing protection, eye protection. I could also use that for ammo storage if I wanted to. So this case is very versatile. It gives you lots of options. Now you can use it for accessories, and then you can hang on to these molded sections here and use those later as you get more magazines, or to swap it out depending on what you're doing on the range that day. Another thing that Case Club offers, you can't just get a block of this rigid foam and you can customize it and cut it out yourself. One thing you'll notice on these foam sections is that it's kind of broken up into 1/2-inch sections there, so you can slice off a 1/2-inch section to make a shorter inset. You can also use a razor knife or a steak knife or something like that to cut out all these individual sections, just depending on what your needs are. Now I told you where Case Club really shines is this nice rigid dense foam that they provide. Now I'm going to give you a quick comparison to what you would see in a similar Plano case. We'll compare the foam first, and then we'll compare the case itself. Now right off bat you can tell this is the pluck and pull style foam, so it has little 1-inch sections that you can pluck and pull out like this. And that's nice. That's pretty customizable. That is a pretty cool feature. Now this foam is very soft, and you might think that that's a good thing to protect your guns, and it can be, but the problem is you'll notice that a lot of these pieces are just kind of falling apart. They don't hold their shape very well, and over time pulling guns in and out, to me I just feel like this is not going to hold up well over time. The other thing is you really have to fish your hand down in here to get your guns out, and when you do, you can see this piece just fell out on me. It just doesn't hold up to that, which is why on this Case Club it gives you full access to the grip, where you could easily get in here and pull that gun out without disturbing the foam. Now I don't hate this Plano case, but you can see a big quality difference. You can see how much thinner the plastic is on these latches than it is on the Case Club. There's not really much of a positive click or lockup. There's been a few times where I've actually dropped this case and it popped open. Now with that positive lockup on the Case Club, you don't really have that issue. The other thing you'll notice is with these fully locked up, you can see that there's not much give on this Case Club case. It's nice heavy duty rigid material on the outside. When I push down, there's a whole lot of give on this Plano case. It's just a thinner plastic. It doesn't have these reinforcing ribs like the Case Club does. It's just a big difference between something like this Plano, which is in like the $25 category, to something like the Case Club, which falls around $80. It is often true that you get what you pay for. There's really just no denying that the Case Club is a lot higher quality than something like this Plano case. Case Club makes several different cases similar to this. They have a 4-gun. They also have long gun cases. I have done a review on that. So you can also get the fully customizable ones with just a blank slate of foam here that you cut out yourself. There's a lot of different options. The foam itself and the fact that they provide these nice pre-cut designs for you is really where Case Club shines, as well as the rugged, heavy-duty outer shell of the case that they provide. You just really can't beat this case. Now that's it for the Case Club 3-pistol handgun case. I will put a link to this in the description below so you can go check it out for yourself, as well as a link to several other Case Club products. If you haven't done it yet, guys, please hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. We definitely appreciate that. If you want to help support the channel, you can do that by visiting PilotPatriotApparel.com or joining with us on Patreon. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and happy shooting.